Whosoever wields this hammer, if they be worthy, shall wield the power of Thor. How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today, if you couldn't figure it out, we're gonna talk about Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh, I just got back. Uh, all right, the movie starts off by introducing us to Gore and his daughter, Love. Yeah. Um. Cool. Um. The now obviously we time skips up to the present day. Love dies, and when Gore finally meets the Lightbringer, is who he addresses as how he addresses him, said God laughs in his face. This causes Gore to mentally sync up with the Necrosword and to kill the Lightbringer and to vow vengeance on all the gods. And yes, I brought a hammer into my office specifically for this video. Just for that meme aspect. And now it's gonna be in my hand for the entire video. Gonna hold it like Thor. Anyway, next we see Jane in a hospital. Because she has stage 4 cancer, as we learned from Darcy. I think it's Darcy. Like, I'm pretty sure it's Darcy, but at the same time, I mean, I could just check. And we learned she has stage 4 cancer after, she decides to, like, she meets a fan. Someone was reading her book, and, no. Lewis? Yes, Darcy. It is Dr. Darcy Lewis. Anyway, so we find out that, she has cancer. She helped a guy learn about wormholes by ruining her own book. He's like, you just ruined your own book. And he's like, yeah, but now you know about wormholes. Right? And anyway, that's when we learned that she has stage 4 cancer. They bring up you should do the Viking card. You should pull the Viking card. Now Thor is not well. Right after the events, after his breakup with Jane, and the events of Infinity War and Endgame and all of that, he's very much not well. Uh, and so, of all people, Peter Quill, of all people, decides to give him advice after a very hard-won battle where Thor literally single-handedly just took out an army. It says it's all of our wins. We won together. Oh! Anyway, they're going through distress signals and whatnot, and Sif is in trouble. And so the Guardians go off to enter most of the stress signals. Thor personally takes the one for Sif. He goes to save her, and she's like, leave me. I shall die and go to Valhalla. It's like, you have to die in battle for that. The battle's over. She's like, shit. Because it's like, You know, to them, it's like the greatest thing to die in battle, which, to be fair, I would rather die in battle than die, you know, of starvation or pneumonia or human malware. The endless panini that won't end because people won't. Sorry. That is a video for another time. Back to Thor: Love and Thunder. Um. Anyway, so he takes her to. Anyway, so Jane has gone to Asgard, New Asgard, where they're doing this very cringy play. Um. And she sees the pieces of Mjolnir. Now apparently Mjolnir has called out to her, which is what led her to go to thing, and she calls back to Mjolnir. Mjolnir starts to shake. The pieces they just start to shake. And thunder. It's just, you know, the world is moving once more. Anyway, they've gone full like touristy trap on New Asgard, which is funny as fuck. But also the level of cringe in that play about Odin's death. I'm like, please, Loki, I know you're alive, but you need to come and fix this shit. Anyway, now Asgard gets attacked. New Asgard gets attacked by shadow demons. By Gore. He is the God Butcher. Anyway, now Thor and Korg show up just in time to save Asgard. And incoming. Oh, who's that lightning user? Wait, that's Mjolnir. Enter the mighty Thor. Now, Thor is just like, wait, hold on a second. Who the fuck is this? It's like, show yourself. And she does. And it's Jane. And this is completely and utterly badass. And I love it. This is actually comic accurate. Jane does at one point become Thor via Mjolnir in the comics. So to those of you complaining that Jane is Thor in this movie, shut the fuck up. Like, actually shut the fuck up. I saw so many complaints about that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Clearly y'all are fake fans. In every way that matters. Anyway, now of course, Thor, being the awkward man that he is, tries to have a very difficult conversation with Jane in the middle of a battle. I'm like, Thor, not the time. And oh my lord. Now, Gore tries to skewer Thor with the Necrosword, blah blah blah, and Gore kidnaps all the children and shit. Anyway, an argument between the parents ensues. It's really bad. Then Thor is just like, Asgard, enough! You shouldn't be quarreling. Blah blah. It's like this really bad, not so. And this is after Thor tried to summon Mjolnir, but then Stormbreaker came in and was just like... So Stormbreaker's just being hella jealous right now. Sentient weapons are like this, by the way. Also, at one point, Thor picks up Mjolnir, just like... Which is while him and Jane are having a conversation, he just picks up Mjolnir and gives it to her. He's like, just checking, you know. He's just checking that he's, you know, worthy of the hammer. Anyway, Stormbreaker gets hella jealous, and just when he tries to use the Bifrost via Stormbringer, it just flings him into like a statue type thing outside. It's the funniest, and he just walks back in. Anyway, they realize they need to go to Omnipotent City. To see the gods. And raise an army. Which they use Stormbringer as an engine of sorts to get there. There, they are denied by Zeus. You see many deities from many pantheons. Apparently, Zeus is like the head honcho or whatever. In this instance, man's a dick. Anyway, when Thor goes in to be like, yeah, the God Butcher's coming, you need to stop. He's like, oh, you'll never get to eternity. It's fine. Thor calls him a coward. And, a fight breaks out because Valkyrie's just like, can we please just fight? Just, fight. She prefers to talk with her fists as opposed to her words. Right. That is the inevitability. And in the ensuing fight, Korg gets debodied. He's just a face. And in a rage, Thor grabs the Thunderbolt, the weapon of Zeus, and straight through his chest. They steal the Thunderbolt, and they head off to the Shadow Realm, where, thanks to Axel, the son of Heimdall, we now know they are there. When they get there, Jane finds out Gore wants Stormbringer to get to eternity. Stormbringer is the key. As soon as she finds out, she grabs Stormbringer, flings it out the window, like flings, and then grabs Mjolnir and just boom, light show. Thor's like, why did you throw Stormbringer outside? He's like, it's the key to eternity. And so a fight breaks out. They get their ass handed to them. Gore stabs Valkyrie. This leads to Thor being like, no, we're out of here. He gets Stormbringer to open up a Bifrost to Earth, and he's forced to let go of Stormbringer. They get flung back. Jane's cancer, which Thor learned about on the way there, right before they kissed, has taken a turn for the worst. And it turns out that Mjolnir is preventing Jane's body from fighting the cancer. I don't think it's intentional, like the weapon is trying to kill Jane or whatever. I think it's more just, it's like halting her, as it were, right? Magic and cancer are not the best mix. As we know from the Vampire Diaries and Originals and Legacies, they don't mix well together. I don't think magic ever works on cancer, like ever, in any like form of media. Anyway, Thor has a conversation with Jane, and he's like, "No, you cannot wield the hammer anymore. It'll kill you." And he goes it alone. He takes the Thunderbolt, uses it to warp himself up. Just as Gore has brought Stormbringer, boom, to the gateway to eternity and starts to open the door. Thor manages to save the kids, and in a moment of absolute epicness, he has them pick up objects, pick a weapon, before the battle begins. Whosoever wields these arms. If they want to go home, if their heart is true to going home, for a limited time only, they shall wield the power of Thor. Thor literally gives them all his power. Uh, One of them, funnily enough, her weapon of choice is, guess what? A fucking stuffed animal. It's the fucking baddest. So the kids are all just like, bah! Attacking all of the things. You know, for Asgard! You know. And so they defeat the shadow monsters as Thor 1v1s Gore. Unfortunately, Thor starts to lose. Uh, Jane, sensing this, I think she was actually seeing it, she picks up the hammer once more. And in so doing, the fight becomes a 2v1. They successfully disarm the Necrosword from Gore, and Jane uses Mjolnir to fuse it with the shards of to like temporarily fuse it with the shards of the Necrosword, and BAM! Just slams it into the ground, turning the Necrosword into dust. In a form of last ditch effort, he goes into the realm of eternity. Gore, Thor, and Jane go into the realm of eternity. Thor gives him some parting words. You don't want to do this. What you want is love. Essentially, he's telling him, bring your daughter back. And Thor turns his back on Gore, and when Gore mentions it, he's like, you've won. I'm going to spend my last moments with her, not with you. And he holds on to Jane as she slowly fades away. Gore resurrects his daughter. He resurrects love, and he asks, and as Jane Foster bursts into golden light, a la the gods of Asgard, he has Thor promise to take care of love, uh, which he does. Now, the kids have returned to Asgard. They are all safe and sound. They have all started to learn self-defense under the tutelage of King Valkyrie herself. Um, Axel is learning specifically under the tutelage of Sif, uh, in addition, and they are becoming great warriors of Asgard. Thor and Love are out there in the cosmos, saving those in need from those who would oppress them. They are known together as Love and Thunder. Now, the mid credit scene is Zeus. Wait, I thought Zeus was dead. Yeah, apparently he's not dead. I call hacks. But Zeus is speaking to Hercules and is telling him we will take down Thor. And they will fear us once more. I very much doubt it. They're not gonna kill off Thor. They killed off Jane Foster as Mighty Thor, which would have been a perfect replacement. Um, Although I do find it funny that Love was giving Thor attitude right before they went out into a fight. She wields Stormbringer and he's back to Mjolnir. So after this entire movie of Stormbringer being jealous of Thor looking at Mjolnir, Thor is using Mjolnir again. Anyway, but back to this card scene. So yeah, mid card scene is I'm bouncing back and forth between the last scene with Thor and Love and the mid card scene. Mid card scene was, yeah. Anyway, it's just Zeus telling Hercules, "We are gonna kill Thor, and we will make man fear us once more." It's the post credit scene, because of course there's a post credit scene. Is Jane entering through the gates of Valhalla and being welcomed in by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Heimdall. Literally, it's Heimdall. I was so happy to see Idris Elba in this. Right. Anyway, that was the movie. This movie was honestly it was amazing. It had me grinning at it. I was happy throughout. Right. Obviously there was the little cringy play part, but that's old hat. They've done that before in Thor Ragnarok as well. Although this time it's just no. But I believe the consensus. What is the rating out of 10? You might be asking, because that's literally the point of these videos. I'd say this movie's a solid 9 out of 10. There's gonna be some who give it less. We don't speak of those. And there's some who give it more. When I say less, I mean they're gonna give it like a 5 or a 6. Right? Not someone who'd be like, it's an 8. You know, the people who are like literally say it's a garbage movie. It's not a garbage movie. It is very enjoyable, entertaining, and that's the point of a movie. Anyway, like I said, it's a 9 out of 10. Tell me what you guys thought of the movie down in the comment section down below. Please do not be watching this video if you haven't watched the movie. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe for new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright. And remember to stay worthy of Mjolnir. Anyway, stream tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. Pacific. Probably. I don't know. I've been really consistent with the stream since Sunbreak dropped. I am so very sorry on that. Anyway, follow me on Twitch, link in description, all the things. Anyway, bye.